Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A CloudFoundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Let's start with a string. There are two types of string. Basically, one is the F string and one is the S string. S string denotes raw string and fetch string. Basically, we use where we can use the dynamic values within a string. Let's say, for example, you are doing some calculation. You are the user, you send two variables that are integer variables, that is A and B. A tends to 10 and B also tends to 10. And now you want to, without storing it, now you want to sum up those two variables simple enough. But the thing is you don't want to store the values in a variable. You want to directly use the 1 second. Let me show you now. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10. Let's take dynamic variable. Here is one of 4 dynamic variable. Dynamic variable means on runtime, we will be asking user to input the basically number which we want. On time. You are aware of the concept of dynamic. What dynamic is, what static is. Hello. What I don't understand dynamic values present. Difference between dynamic and let me show you again. This is static. In static, what is the thing is? Basically, we already assigned the value. Let's say we have a C equals to 10 and D equals to 9. This is static. That means it will not change. Always, whenever our program will start, we will get these values as a constant values. But dynamic is basically we are getting some input on runtime when our program will run this. Python basics B file will run. At that time, we will enter the values. Till that time, the program is not aware of the values in any scenario. We will be the one which will be giving the input. Got? That is dynamic thing. Think of it like you are driving. You are riding a bike. If you are doing any operation while riding a bike, while the bike is on, that will be a dynamic operation. But if the bike is stopped, if the bike is still and you are doing something on that, that will be static operation. If our program is in running state and we are giving the numbers and we want and what we are seeing to the program is basically get those number and do some operation dynamically on runtime. We don't know what the numbers exactly are. The user will be responsible for giving the numbers up. The user will give the numbers of their choice, not only numbers, anything, input of their choice on runtime, and we will process the request. That will be a dynamic thing. Got it? Did you get understanding or should I give you some another example or something? I understand. Shan, you from both of you. Can you explain it? An example? Let's see this C and D is equal. We have already given it upfront. Now we are performing an operation. Let's say E equals to C plus D. Again, now we are again printing the E. What do you think the output will be? It will be 90. Sharan, you also agree with this. But let's say if I'm giving another variable, I'm again doing the same operation, that is the plus operation. And then I'm printing the F, that is the output. These two are two things, two different things. This is static and this is dynamic one. I'm adding them together. They both are doing the same operations, that is the addition operation. But in one of the scenario, we are already aware of what will be the outcome. And in another scenario, we are not aware of the outcome. The outcome will be decided on runtime. That is when the program will be running. Because the value A and B, a variable value, will differ at runtime. Let's say user enters 5 or 6. Let's say user enters 2 or 3. That value for the F here will be decided on runtime. Anything which is decided on runtime is a dynamic value. It can change, differing on the input. Do you get it? Any doubt or confusion in this, Charan? Your sound seems slow. Any confusion? It is clear, Prashant. Great. Now let me try to run this thing. As we discussed, we are already aware of the output of the C variable. We will be getting 9. Now the dynamic thing. Here we are and we are prompting the user to enter your first value. Let's say we give 2. Again, we are prompting the user to give another value to add up. Let's say we give 5. This is our dynamic value, that is the 7. Our value is decided on runtime. Clear enough? Any other confusion? Once again, just to recall, whatever value we are getting from our runtime, operation will be a dynamic value. Why dynamic? Dynamic keyword means that it can change. The meaning of dynamic itself is it can change, varying on the input. Whatever input we give, that output will be dependent on the input. It can change for different scenarios. But static means it is a fixed value. We were discussing about the string types. That is, one is the F string. And then later we will discuss the S string. F string is basically, let's say you have this value, dynamic value here. In this, that value is stored in your keyword. That is a F variable. Now you want to print something like this. This is my value of F. Let me take a different variable. Let's not confuse you. This is my value of Z variable. And then I will give Z. What do you think will be printed here? On here, when I run this program, what do you think will be printed? Any guess? Are you printing the board statements? Print Z. I'm printing both. Let me remove this to clear confusion. What this print statement will do? Can you tell me what will it print on my console? Let's see for ourselves. When I run this program and I enter a value, let's say one is 5 and another value, I gave it 3. You get it? This is my value of Z variable and the same which I used in the print statement, along with the empty space. And then we have our value of Z. Got it. But let's say we do not want to use two parameters in this print statement. We want this. You are aware of strings. This is a whole string. And then this is a different variable. In between there is a comma separated thing which is separating our both of the parameters. Let's say we do not want to separate out the parameter. We want the string to be generated as a whole sentence. What we will do is we will use f strings. By using f string, we can use the dynamic values directly in our string function. Basically, let me show you value of Z variable. And f string we can use with the curly braces. What do you think it will print me now? Any guess, guys? What this print statement will print me? This is my value of Z variable, and also Z variable contains a plus B. A plus B, the value of Z, basically you are telling. Will this print F as well? Let me try to run this. Let's give the first value is 5, second is 3. In this above statement and the below statement, do you find anything? Just, if you ignore this gap, if you find anything different, do you find anything different? A plus B value we got here. After a variable, is it a letter? Is an integer? Yes, this is the integer. Here we got the value of both the and B. The summation of a and B is 5 plus 3 because we are doing the summation in our script. We are getting the first value, that is A. We are getting the second value, that is B. We are submitting them like adding those together, and then Z is our output. This is my value for Z variable as printed here. Now, in this print statement and in this print statement, do you see anything different? Space. I think if we just let's ignore this space. Let me run again. Now, in this print statement and in this print statement, do you think there is some difference or something? The thing is basically, if you see here in the print statement the F string, while using the F string, we denote F in front of the string. We denote F in front of the string. While using F string, we can directly use the variable values in our print statement. Instead of doing a comma separated values, we can directly utilize the value of a variable within a print statement itself. This is the difference between a normal print statement and why a print statement while using f-string. F-strings can be used for different purpose. Let's say you want to generate something like you want to generate who is speaking. Let's write a quick program. I will show you. We have a variable name is equals to input and then we'll be getting. We are prompting user to enter name. Now we have two strings. String 1. We will be using. This is my name. And then we'll be using name keyword here. This is basically we're using f-string. Let's say we have string 2. Again f-string. I can called by. Now focus from here. Comment on the above part. Now we have, let's say, two strings and we want to utilize the same variable again in the two strings. And then we are printing as one and print this too. And then let's say I prompted the user and user entered the name. You can see my terminal here. Yes, I prompted the user to enter name. Let's say he entered RAM. We use the f string to basically utilize the dynamic variable name. And the whole string generate the whole string on its own. There are different use cases for using f string. Maybe it's dynamic string generation, maybe dynamic sentence generation. What we are doing here is that is also a dynamic sentence generation. It looks pretty clear. There is one more thing we can do, that is use the normal string. In this, what we can use is I can. We also we use the string and then we use the string manipulations. That is the plus operator. And then use prints3. If I run this program and enter here and now. Let me use space also here. Differentiate. You see, we can generate a string by normal string interpolation as well, but we can generate a string by using a string as well. This one and stu looks pretty clear, neat enough. We are using all the variable values. We are even generating the string dynamically on runtime. Instead of like doing a plus operation or something, we are just using the dynamic string concept and utilizing it. This is how basically a string is, to generate a string dynamically. In a clear and neat enough form. Like this is looking good rather than using this plus operator here. This is the like, this is R. This is not the only use case of f string. It can be used in many cases. Just the thing is, you should be aware of what f string is. You can create use cases on your own also, but you should be aware of the concept. what F string is called. Any questions or any doubt in this, guys? Clear enough. Let's move on to the R string now. Let me comment this up. R strings are basically a raw string. By raw string, what I mean is, let's say we have a path variable in which we are giving some path. Let's say we are using this path / users. Let's use users. This is our path. If you're using a Windows machine, you might have encountered something like this. C ///. Let me grab some good string example. You might have encountered something like this. /users. / and then if you're using /ram and then /down ropes. And then let's say you're using some folder. PyJump folder. pjump. This is your path. You can see here this, the like. How can I say you are able to see the orange characters in between the path? But a normal general string, if I say a normal string, is always a green string. There is something wrong with this one. Can you tell me what is wrong with the string? Why it's converted itself to orange? Any guess? Any guess will work on. Yes. Anything? Now, when we were discussing the use cases to fix the orange color issue, we discussed let's put parentheses. Let's put apostrophe as let's put double inverted comma, single inverted commas. But as we tried the same path in your Windows machine, did that work? You were not in an error. Similarly, that because we cannot modify the path. We cannot modify the path and put parentheses or let's say any curly braces or double inverted commas, single inverted commas. We cannot do that. The path is a common one. But at the same time, if this is giving orange, we cannot work with this path. We want this part to be a string type because let's say there is some file or let's say there is some object on this path which we want to access from our Python script. We can definitely do that. Let's say we have a Python program which can read our Word document. That Word document is present on this path, for example. We will give this path and our Python script will read the Word document and give us the Word content from that document. But if you can see, this string is not working because we are getting this orange color symbol within the string. Why is it? Because there are some special characters. Special characters means characters. They are /r. It can be It can be a slash, anything like. There are many special characters. For our example, we will be seeing /r and /n. Can you find similar entity like this in your path? /r is true. /r is true. This /r within the string will be treated as a special character. If I try to print this path, what do you think the answer will be? Any guess? Unicode codec can decode the byte. This is your escape sequence, which the program itself was not able to decode. What we will do is to ignore the special characters. We will use the raw string. Every time a raw string is denoted by R in front of the string. If I try to run this now, you get this the path. This is printed here. This is how we are treating the path. The raw path, not only path. Let's say there are some special characters within our string. Let's say this is my string. And I have a special character /n. And then this is my second string. You should be aware that /n is a new line character. What do you think will be printed if I print a path here? In the first line. This is my string will come and this is my second string. Let's print it out. This is printed as it is similar to what I gave it as a path. No special characters were identified. Nothing. Because we were already using a raw string. But let's say if I remove this raw string character, now you can see orange letter popping up. Yes, because /n is a new line character, a special character. There are some characters already defined which are like a special characters. We call them like /r/n. If I try to run this now, you see a new line is generated. From here, this is a string. And as a /n is a new line character, it will go on a new line and then print my remaining part. But I want to skip the special characters. I do not want to include the special characters. I want this as a full string. What I will do is I will convert this string into a raw string. I will place the R in front of the string and now if I try to print this, it will be treated as a whole string. There will be no special characters identified. By adding R in front, it neglects special characters for every string. Yes, it will. Basically, it will convert only for the path URL. Not only for path URL, it will convert like it will ignore all the special characters in any string. This is not our path. Let's say this is our normal string. Still, this will work. This is just a variable as to and path that what I put there. There was a variables. They can define, they can like differ. The name of a variable can be anything, whatever we decide. Clear enough. What is the F string? Why we use raw string? Just a small question again. To Ramcharan and both of you. What is a raw string and why we use a raw string? Raw string is a screen function. It's going to use the special characters in the given statement. Or we use raw string whenever we want to ignore the special characters. Simple short answer. Whenever we want to ignore the special characters, we will be using a raw string. And why do we use F string? Special characters like, for example, #. No, they are not special characters. No, they are not special characters. In Python or any programming language, there are some special sequences defined like that. Sequences start with slash, /n, /r. Let's try /r. We did not try /r. I'm not converting this to a raw string. Let's print it out. We will get. You got it. /r basically means that we will ignore everything starting from the string. Whatever is available after this string, after this the special sequence, special character, we can say that only will be printed. Any confusion or doubt? But let's say I'm converting it back again to a raw string. In its raw format, we do not want to include special characters. We want to skip special characters. This is how our string will be printed. Any confusion or doubt, guys? Clear enough? Maybe an assignment for you if you can note that down. Learn more about the special sequence in a string. Try some more special sequences. Can you go on to the internet and type special sequence in Python like slash and awesome. Do you get a list of it? The special sequences. Every special sequence will start with slash character, that is / character. Like slash and slash. String, tuples and list. You're able to see my screen. //b. //b is there. Then you got it. Capital. Yes, and you guys, both of you guys, can try the special characters. And let me know if you have any confusion or doubt in that. Let's come back into our UPT. We now saw F strings and its uses. Any confusion in the F strings? We also saw additional topic, that is S strings. That is the raw strings. Any confusion or doubt in F strings and raw strings? Great. Now let's move on to the data structures in Python. We will be covering list, tuples, dictionary and set. Before moving on to the data structure, I want to know, have you ever worked with or practiced list, tuples, dictionaries or set in Python? We have seen list. What exactly did you try? Let's say a list. Let's talk about list more. Do you know how to define a list? It is in square brackets. and unique set of values. And we can get the result by giving an index value. Exactly. Yes, that is a list operation. And tuples are denoted by flower brackets. Flower brackets. You are saying the curly braces. Like this, and also it contains of 4 different values. Either it can be string integer for the age 30, name or numbers. You're just messing up a bit here, Chiran. Tuples start with not flower brackets, but this one, the parentheses. And sets start with this flower brackets. Now let's start with our basic variables. You are aware of the looping system, or like for loops while loop? Basically, let's say we have 3 variables here. One is name, one is age, and we have another variable, x, that is 3. Let's remove this one. We have 2 variables, that is name and age. Name variable stores a string type. Age variable is storing integer type. You are aware of the concept of functions. Like, how do we define a function? How do we call a function? Tell me. Have you guys in the demo sessions, like when you're learning about Python, you got a chance to work with function? That's fine. If you not worked on it, that's fine. We are here to learn. I will tell you how the function will work, how we can call the function. But just for a better perspective, if you have worked on that, that will be good enough. Let's say, in simple language, let's say you are the manager. And you have 3 people, for example, 3 people working for you. The first person, whenever you will call him, his work is to only tell the name. Only to not to tell the name, only to greet you. The second worker, whenever you will call him, he will only tell you the date. And the third function, or the third worker, whenever you will call him, he will only tell the time. Think of it like this, the current date, current date. I'm writing some functions. Let's say the function concept is pretty simple enough. It's like a worker-manager concept. You have some workers working under you. There can be many, like infinite workers, or there can be 0 workers. Every worker will have their own job. Similarly, these functions are your workers. Every function will have their own job. Let's say, for example, you are the manager. You have 3 workers working under you. Whenever you will call worker 1, this is, let's say, worker 1. This is your worker 1. And let's say this is your worker 2. And this is your worker. Whenever you will call worker 1, he will only greet you. We already learned about the F string. Whatever the value of name we will pass to the worker or the function, he will only print that only. Return that. Clear enough? The F string. One sec. Let me make it clear enough. Whenever you will call worker 1 your worker 1, he will only greet you. Whenever you will call worker 2, he will only show you the current date. Whenever you will call worker 3, his work is to get you the current time. Understood the concept of functions? Every function will have their own functionality. These are all functions, that is, greet, current date, and current time. Think of it like a worker. It will work for you and give you a desired output, which he is meant for. Now it's time to call the function. How you will call the function basically? By its name. A function is always defined first and then called later. It's like you will hire a worker first and then give him the task. Got? Clear enough? Any confusion with this function's concept? Let me remove this one also. This is your calling your greet function. This is your calling your current date function. And here we are calling current time function. In this greet function, these are parameters. This is the name parameter. We are passing here to the greet function. Do you understand the parameterized value? Guys, do you understand the parameters values? Yes, Prashan. Let me clarify. Let's say this is your function name. Sorry, this is your function name and this is the parameter. Your function can take n numbers of parameter, whatever you have defined. Let's say this is parameter 1, parameter 2, parameter 3. Whatever you have defined a function, it will take that much parameters. Let's say in our greet function, we defined only one parameter, that is name. And name we have already defined, that is the static name. Now, if I try to call the greet function, what do you think it will print to me? No, again, look for yourself. If I call the greet function, this greet function will be called. What do you think will be the output? Hello name, it will give. Hello all eyes. The name is already defined. The name is here. We are using the name. Yes, and again. Ram, what do you think when we will call the current date? What do you think will be the output? Date will be the date. Yes, the current date. And again, Sharon, the current type. Whenever I will call this function, what do you think will be output? We'll give the date and time present. Let me run it. Date time now. One second, there is some. Let's use this one. Date time today. Date is not one of the inbuilt function. Let's run it now. Let me comment this out for now. The loop iteration, we will go on to it later on. If you can see my screen first, I am calling the greet function. Then secondly, I am calling the current date function. And then third, I am calling the current time function. The greet function will give me the desired output, whatever it is meant for, like print, hello allies. Because name is already defined here. Now, whenever I will call the current date function, it will give me the current date. When I will call the current time function, it will give me the current time. This is how a function will work. Basically, think of it like a workers working for you. Every worker will have their own job. This worker's job is to greet. This worker's job is to basically give you the current date. This worker's job is to give you the current time. Understood the concept of functions? Clear enough? Now let's move on to some of the loops concept. There are for loop and while loop we basically use in Python. Looping is done. Let's say we want to count to 100. Let's say we want to print till 100. On our console we want to print 100 values. We can print like this. But it takes long time. It will take plenty of time. Till printing 100 values only. Or let's say if you want to print 3000 values, it will take how much time? That will not be feasible at all. That is why we will use the looping concept. Let's say if I introduce a for loop for I in range 100. Range is basically the range in which we want to let our for loop work in. I want my for loop to work 100 times for me. I will give him the range that work 100 times for me. And then I will use the print I. Because I is the alias here which we have used. Let's say not 100 times, we will just use it small 10 times. I want my function to run 10 times. Sorry, my loop to run 10 times and then print the ith value. I can be anything as well 1, 2, 1, 3, 4 till that value. Nth value is this one. Getting it or is it? Yes, I am getting it. Now we get values from 1 to 10. Note that is the catch here. Basically, the indexing in any language it works from 0. We already discussed. Let's say it is your memory chip. It is your memory. In memory, you have some slots. This is slots. Within this memory, every slot will be assigned an index. An index will start from 0. This will be 0, 2, 3, 4. Any confusion in this? Similarly, the indexing will start from 0 every time. That is why if I am telling my function to run 10 times, for me it will run 10 times, but it will start from 0. Let's say I do not want to start with 0. I want to start with 1. What I can do, I can directly do the summation operation here, that whatever my value is on nth place. Just you are now seeing that it is starting from 0 to 9. I am again running it. Now you can see when I added a value, it is starting from 1 to 10. Any confusion or doubt in this? Noted, got it clear enough? The looping concept. Yes, perfect. This was your for loop again. This for loop looks something similar to this. Just the thing is, we added 2 parameters here. That is 0 and 5, but we were only considering only one parameter here. Let's say if I remove this and just print I, what do you think the output will be? Two. Let me run it directly. It will be 0 to the 4. This is a range function which we use in our for loop. Range function works on two ranges, that is, the inclusion range and the exclusion range. Inclusion range will be like, it will be denoted as our program will start from here. This value, the one which I have highlighted. This will be our inclusion range. Let me zoom in also. And the exclusion range will be this one. If this is 5 is the exclusion range, the one just one number before, 5 will be 4. 4 will be included but 5 will be excluded, 1. The range function basically works like this. That is the inclusion range and exclusion range. If you see here also, this is the similar one. But just the thing is, as we are starting from 0 and index is also starting from 0, program directly understands that 0 is included and the exclusion range is 10. If exclusion range is 10, till 9 I have to include everything. Got it? Similarly, if the inclusion range is 0, it will include 0 here in my response. But it will run till exclusion range, that is 5. If I'm running till 5 and I want to exclude 5. Let's say you are running a marathon. A 5-kilometer marathon. You are running and you are going to stop just before 5 kilometers. You will not complete 5 kilometers. You will stop just before 5 kilometers. You will be considered that you ran only 4 kilometers. If we ignore the meters only, if you count the kilometers only, then it will be considered that you ran only 4 kilometers. It's like you are running till 5 positions, but you are not including 5. This is your exclusion range. This is by default exclusion range. It will exclude 5 and before 5, all the values will be printed. From inclusion range to exclusion range, everything will be printed. You see the 1, 2, 3, 4. Till 4 the program ran, and then when it was time for 5, it stopped. Because 5 was in exclusion range, we do not want to include 5. We are going to exclude this one. Let's say now I have here 7. What do you think the output will be? 600. Yes, exactly. It will run till 0 from 0 till 6. Now, as I told you, this is the inclusion range. This is an exclusion range. My function will start from this one. The value whichever I gave it here. Let's say I gave 4 here. The inclusion range. What do you think the output will be? 6. Exact. 6. This was the looping concept. Now I think you are getting a grip of it better. You got it. What loops are and what functions are now. Yes, I appreciate it. Sorry guys. Any confusion or doubt in this loops and functions? Clear enough? Yes. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.